Hello viewers, I'm Taran Kumar Goonwal, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. The following video is prepared as per the syllabus and course outline of Maharshi Dayanand University. However, there are mostly general topics which cover the working and theoretical aspects of civil engineering. For best understanding and conceptualizing clearly, please do not skip the video and watch till end. At the end of each topic and each section, we will be discussing about the related important questions, feasibility and application. Let's start the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this session, we'll continue with the subject Design of Concrete Structures first, which is in 4th semester. So the topic of discussion today would be T-beam analysis, and we'll know the type of problems, types of analysis, and how to determine different dimensions and the area of reinforcement under this case. So we'll start with the lesson now. As you can see in the figure, it is a T-beam. Because the name is given because of its shape, and it is also known as an inverted flange because the flange is upside down. So as you can see from the notations, it has been labeled in the diagram that this is again effective D, small d, which is depth from top fiber to the center of reinforcement. This is capital D, which is total depth from top to bottom. This is DW, depth of web only. This area is web from here to here. This whole area is web. And this is flange from this one. So this is DF, depth of flange. And this is B1, which is breadth of the flange. So types of problem in T-beam using working stress method. So these are the types of problem. First is to determine the moment of resistance of the given section in T-beam. Please, it is to be noted that the type of analysis in this type of question is same like rectangular beams. The types of problems are also like the rectangular beams. So the next type of problem is to find stresses in steel and concrete in T-beam. This we have also discussed in our previous lectures. And to design beam, T-beam. So this we have also discussed in our previous lectures. Now we'll come to the procedure for determining the moment of resistance of the given section in T-beam. So first, this is our given figure where it is B1, this is DF, this is small d, this is DF again. So this is area of steel under reinforcement, and this is breadth of web, BW. Neutral axis is less than DC. So it means that this is neutral axis and it lies above this depth of flange. So this is transformed section, equivalent section, where it is MAST again, same that we have done in the case of rectangular beams. So this depth is N, depth of neutral axis, and this whole is D minus N. Again, stretch diagram, this is sigma CVC, this is same. This is compressive stress applied here. So this case is for N less than DF. So in this type of question, Here are given dimensions are BW, BF, DF and small d. And area of steel is given as AST. And materials used are grade of concrete and steel, and this will also be given. First step is to determine sigma CBC and sigma ST from the tables 2.1 and 2.2 for given grades of concrete and steel calculator modular ratio. So M, it is found out using the formula 280 upon 3 sigma CBC. Next step is to determine critical neutral axis NC, and it is obtained by the formula M into sigma CBC divided by sigma ST is equal to NC, that is neutral axis, divided by D minus NC. So here M value we know, sigma CBC value we know, sigma ST value we know, and we have to find NC, that is neutral axis value from here. Next is determine actual neutral axis. To reduce the trial of calculation, it is better to assume N greater than DF. ताकि हमारी कैलकुलेशन आसान हो सके तो सबसे पहले यही अज्यूम किया जाता है कि N जो कि एक्चुअल न्यूट्रल एक्सिस है उसकी वैल्यू DF से ज्यादा है, डेप्थ ऑफ फ्लैंज, यानी कि ये DF. If N comes out to be less than DF on solving the above equation, then use the following equation to calculate N. पर जो हमारा भी केस है वो फिलहाल हमने N less than DF के लिए लिया हुआ है. तो अगर ऐसा होता है, if N comes out to be less than DF, तो हम ये यूज करेंगे. So we'll compare. See again, this is same diagram. Every value is same. Here it is MAST. Area of concrete here is neglected, as we discussed in the previous lectures. It is again C2. This is C1. Compression forces on concrete and steel respectively. So here you can see N, which is this is neutral axis. It is shown to be greater than DF. DF is this much and N is this much. So this is the case for N greater than DF. So moment of resistance of the given section in T-beam. If N is less than NC, then it is under reinforced section. If N is greater than NC, then over reinforced section. Next point is determine moment of resistance using appropriate formula after determining the stress in following ways. For under reinforced section, sigma ST is known and sigma CBC can be calculated as follows. Sigma dash C is equal to sigma CBC multiplied by N minus DF upon N. Y bar is equals to sigma CBC plus 2 sigma dash C upon sigma CBC plus sigma dash C and whole multiplied by DF upon 3. So sigma CBC we know, N value we have just found out, DF is also given, so we can determine sigma dash CBC from here, and also we can find Y bar. All these values are given. Sigma dash C we have just found out from here, sigma CBC we know, and DF value we also know. So for over reinforced section, sigma CBC is known, hence we have to calculate sigma C. So sigma C is given by sigma CBC. Note that sigma C and sigma dash C are equal. Sigma CBC multiplied by N minus DF upon N. So the value of N and DF is known here. Sigma CBC is also known here. So sigma dash C can be found out. So next is problem to find stresses in steel and concrete in TB. This is the stress profile, which is the standard stress profile for all. See again, this is sigma ST upon M. So this is tensile stress acting. This is C1 as we discussed. This is Y bar. This is D minus Y bar. So Y bar is, we know that it is at 2/3 of this, and sigma dash C is this one. And we obviously have to neglect this portion because it lies under the neutral axis. So we are given with dimension of the beam and area of steel. So maximum bending moment or load on the beam. First we determine actual neutral axis. It is done by using the formula shown in previous pages of this video only. Write sigma CBC in terms of sigma C. So again, this formula we have discussed on the previous pages. Sigma dash C is equals to sigma CBC multiplied by N minus DF upon N. So in this way, sigma C can be written in the form of sigma CBC or sigma CBC in the form of sigma C. Next is to find Y bar, which we have also done. So this is sigma CBC plus 2 sigma C and sigma CBC plus sigma dash C multiplied by DF by 3. Next is to find moment of resistance, which is given by MR. So MR is equals to BF multiplied by DF. This formula we have to remember, and we have been doing this type of question already, and we have discussed this formula in our previous lectures as well. So BF multiplied by DF whole multiplied by sigma CBC plus sigma dash C upon 2, and this multiplied by D minus Y bar, and Y bar we have just shown in the diagram. This value is Y bar, which is 2/3 of this. Next is we have to equate moment of resistance to maximum bending moment and find the value of sigma CBC. So maximum bending moment को moment of resistance से equate करके हम value निकाल लेते हैं sigma CBC. So this is the same procedure which we did in the rectangular beam. So while solving this problem, while solving this type of problems of T-beam, students can refer rectangular beam as well, and they can also refer their steps, so it will bring an ease in the design. And next step is to find sigma ST, and which is given by M sigma CBC upon sigma ST is equals to N minus D minus N. This formula we also know. So design of T-beam. This is the, see, this portion is L-beam. This is also an inverted flange. This is also a type of inverted flange itself. This is T-beam, and this is T-beam again, and this kink shows that this beam can be continued further. So in design of T-beam of problem, the dimensions of the beam and area of steel is to be determined. तो अगर हमें अभी तक जो हमने एक मोमेंट ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी, इसके अलावा अभी हमने जो इससे पहले प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी टू फाइंड स्ट्रेस इन स्टील एंड कॉन्क्रीट। अब नेक्स्ट है डिजाइन, जिसमें कि हमें डायमेंशन डिटरमिन करने होते हैं। डायमेंशन है पूरा पूरा डिजाइन करना होता है, पूरा डायमेंशन निकालना होता है और इवन एरिया ऑफ स्टील भी निकालना होता है। सो द प्राइमरी थिंग दैट इज टू बी गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन इज मैक्सिमम बेंडिंग मोमेंट और लोडिंग। तो हमें पता होना चाहिए कितना वेट है, तो वेट से हम बेंडिंग मोमेंट निकाल सकते हैं डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द टाइप ऑफ बीम, इफ इट इज कैंटिलीवर और सिंपली सपोर्टेड और व्हाटसोएवर। और हमें मटेरियल पता होना चाहिए, यानी कि ग्रेड ऑफ कंक्रीट एंड स्टील ग्रेड एंड इवन द स्पैन ऑफ द बीम। हमें ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि बीम कितनी लंबी है। ऑब्वियसली ये तो हमें पता ही होना चाहिए कॉलम के बीच का डिस्टेंस कितना है, ताकि हम अपनी बीम को प्लेस कर सकें। तो हमें ये 3-4 कंडीशंस गिवन होनी चाहिए, मैक्सिमम बेंडिंग मोमेंट और लोडिंग, और अगर लोडिंग दिया तो उससे हम बेंडिंग मोमेंट निकाल ही लेंगे। अगर ग्रेड ऑफ कंक्रीट दिया है, स्टील का ग्रेड दिया है, तो साथ ही साथ स्टील का स्पैन भी देना होना चाहिए कि हमारी बीम किस स्पैन पे रहेगी, कितनी लंबाई में रहेगी बीम। सो फर्स्ट स्टेप इज टू कैलकुलेट डिजाइन कांस्टेंट्स, दैट इज m k into j. So this value, these are the formulas which we have used again in rectangular beams. So you can use these formula and find the values of m, k and j from those formulas only. So next step is assume total depth of the beam as 1/12 to 1/15 of the span and calculate effective depth. तो अगर आप मान लीजिए, अगर आपको एक स्पैन, अगर आपको मान लो एक 12 मीटर की बीम बनानी है, तो उसको आप 1/12 कर दीजिए, तो यानी कि लगभग 1 मीटर की डेप्थ हो जाएगी बीम की। तो 1 मीटर की डेप्थ हो जाएगी, दिस विल बी टोटल डेप्थ हियर, दैट इज कैपिटल डी। तो अगर कैपिटल डी 1 मीटर की टोटल डेप्थ है, तो आप उसमें सब इफेक्टिव डेप्थ भी निकाल सकते हैं। ये जो नेक्स्ट स्टेप है कैलकुलेट इफेक्टिव डेप्थ, उसमें इफेक्टिव डेप्थ कैसे निकालेंगे, कैपिटल डी माइनस कवर, और कवर हम अज्यूम कर सकते हैं 50 mm 35 mm, तो उससे हमारा स्मॉल डी की वैल्यू आ जाएगी। डिटरमिन द मैक्सिमम बेंडिंग मोमेंट कमिंग ऑन द बीम ड्यू टू गिवन लोड्स। अब जो लोड्स, इफ इन केस बेंडिंग मोमेंट इज गिवन देन इट विल बी इजी फॉर अस, but if loads are given then we have to convert loads into bending moment, that is the effect of bending moment created due to the given loads। वही जैसा भी हमने डिस्कस किया सिंपली सपोर्टेड के बीम में, जैसे WL²/8 था, तो ऐसे ही अलग अलग केसेस में कैंटिलीवर बीम के लिए अलग, और जो भी हमारे पास टाइप ऑफ बीम है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दैट वी विल कैलकुलेट मैक्सिमम बेंडिंग मोमेंट ड्यू टू लोड्स। and after we are done with finding loads, we'll determine area of steel required, and which is given by AST is equals to m upon sigma st multiplied by j into d. Finding the for value of j we also know, and as we discussed it in the first step, d value we have just calculated here in the second step, m value we have calculated in the third step, and sigma st value we know. So this gives the value of AST. So we check the trial section as follows. This is the checking procedure. Determine actual neutral axis depth, which can be done using the previous formulas as we have discussed in this lecture only. Write sigma c in terms of sigma cbc and find y bar. This we have also done. Find mc critical moment in terms of sigma cbc. This we have also done. Equating moment and moment of resistance m and mr and calculate sigma cbc and sigma st. This we have also done. If the values of sigma cbc and sigma st are less than the permissible stresses, then design is okay. यानी कि अगर सिग्मा सीबीसी और सिग्मा एसटी की वैल्यू परमिसिबल स्ट्रेस से कम है, यानी कि जो एक्सटर्नल स्ट्रेसेस हैं वो रेजिस्टेंस कैपेसिटी से कम है, सॉरी रेजिस्टेंस कैपेसिटी से हाँ जी सॉरी, कम ही है अगर रेजिस्टेंस कैपेसिटी से कम है। ध्यान रहे एक्सटर्नल स्ट्रेसेस अगर रेजिस्टेंस कैपेसिटी से कम है, यानी कि जितना बीम झेल सकती है उससे कम स्ट्रेस आ रहे हैं, देन डिजाइन इज ओके। बट इफ सिग्मा सीबीसी एंड सिग्मा एसटी आर ग्रेटर देन परमिसिबल स्ट्रेसेस, यानी कि अगर एक्सटर्नल स्ट्रेसेस, एक्सटर्नल मोमेंट्स ज्यादा हैं परमिसिबल स्ट्रेसेस और परमिसिबल मोमेंट्स से, then revise the trial section and repeat steps from 2 to 5। और हमें दोबारा ट्रायल सेक्शन को रिपीट करना पड़ेगा, सेक्शन को रिवाइज करके स्टेप नंबर 2 से स्टेप नंबर 5 तक, क्योंकि m k और j वैल्यू तो सेम ही रहेंगी, ये तो हमें कैलकुलेट करनी है डिपेंडिंग अपॉन एरिया ऑफ स्टील एंड सम सर्टेन फॉर्मूलाज। बट इन दिस केस अगर हम जैसे 1/12 को अज्यूम करके वैल्यू निकाली थी, 1/12 इंटू कैपिटल L विच इज स्पैन लेंथ, तो इस बार हम 1/13 करके ट्राई करेंगे क्योंकि हमें थोड़ा सा ज्यादा बड़ा स्पैन चाहिए होगा। यहाँ से फिर हम उसको टोटल डेप्थ जो निकालेंगे वो कैलकुलेट करेंगे और उस इफेक्टिव का डेप्थ माइनस करने के बाद स्मॉल डी की वैल्यू भी इवेंचुअली ज्यादा आ जाएगी। नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज टू डिजाइन फॉर शेयर and next step is to check for development length, and this way our problem will be solved. So I hope you guys are now clear with inverted flange T-beams. If in case you have any query or any issue, any question, you can mail me at the given email address which is given in the end of the video. We'll meet in the next lecture. Till then, have a great time. Thank you. I hope you guys could understand and correlate the topics taught in today's session. If there is any query or subject matter issue, feel free to mail me at the given email ID. Live discussion sessions could also be used for discussion of doubts.